Hello all. So today discuss about the Braintree connectors, which is available as part of the Mule 4. Okay. So before going to the Braintree connector, I will just wanted to give the intro regarding the payment. Okay. So we all are aware about for any like website where or especially in the retail. Okay. We purchase any things. Okay. We have to or place any orders to make that temporary reservation of the order into the final order. We have to do the payment. Okay, so that payment may be by using our card, direct link, UPI or whatever. Okay, and we all are must be familiar with the one of the very popular payment providers, or we can say the payment gateway, that is the PayPal. Okay, so Braintree is, we can say, the subsidiary of the PayPal's. Okay, so which basically full stack payment platform that make it easy to accept payment in your through website or through the mobile app. Okay, and basically it is the service which basically replace the traditional model of the sourcing a payment gateway and merchant account from the different providers. Okay, we can say the from a single touch payment to mobile SDK and foreign currency acceptance, Braintree provides everything you need to start accepting payment today. Braintree connector gives access to PayPal Braintree server through the interfacing the Braintree API. The Braintree connector enables you to act on the collected payment information from customers. It supports various operation of the customer payment method like payment method, transaction and client token. Like suppose if you talk about the very broad sense of the payment transactions, it happens the like the creating the customers. Okay, and along with the payment details, then authorizing that particular transactions. Then once the authorizations happened, either you can settle that amount, refund, or you can cancel that transactions. Okay, so the Braintree connectors allow us, we can perform Braintree server operations using the Anypoint platform. So it facilitates us like without directly involving to the PayPal. Okay, we can through by using this Braintree API gateway, we can directly connect to the PayPals. Okay, so it's provide just like the gateway. How to add into our Anypoint Studio? So they have this Maven dependency snippet so once we have to add by using this dependency, we can able to get the connector from the exchange into our studio. Okay, so before moving to our Mule one, okay, let's see how we can create the sandbox account. Okay, so for that we have to we need to follow this Braintree payment.com sandbox, where we can do the sign up for the sandbox. So it is the trial version is available, we can freely use this. Okay, so I have already did this. Okay, so if you see, I have already this, and I am using the tiptech-tutorial@gmail.com, so that I have already logged in. Okay, so once you logged in, it is the at home. Okay, so in order to connect this sandbox, okay, if we go to the API, yeah, so by default we give like sandbox API keys, so it has the API keys. Okay, it has also the tokenization key. Okay, and this is the client side encryption keys. Okay, but here in this demo, in this video, we are going to use to connect with the sandbox. Okay, this Braintree sandbox we are going to use through this public key. Okay, so what all details are there, we have to connect the Braintree sandbox using this API keys. If you click on view, we can able to see it. Okay, so it has the public key, private key, and what is the environment sandbox, and this is the merchant ID. Okay, so this is very important as a client library key, which allow us by using this we can able to connect it. So once we'll go to the quickly into our studio, so where I have already created. Okay, so I'm directly going to see your Braintree, what are the things we have used. Okay, so if you go here Braintree, let me skip it side. Yeah, so here you can see this is the merchant account. public key, private key, environment key, I have used it. Okay, so this is the same things like I have taken it from the sandbox. Once you perform the test connection by supplying this informations, you can be able to see it is able to connect. Let's wait, it's taking time. Yeah, so you can see here test connection is successful. Okay, so I have already configured these things. Okay, if we have to go into the details like from the MuleSoft connector perspectives, so already you can follow this link, whether it is already listed the Braintree connector for the Mule for. Okay, so here you can see all the details about. Okay, if you see the dependency snippet, you can be able to get it from here. For the Maven, if you have to use the Gradle, if you had to like the SBT, that is all are available here. Okay, along with that, it has the very good documentations regarding your connector release notes, connector reference, connector user guide, Braintree payment documentation, developer documentation like this. So we can be able to go to that. Okay, now today in this demo we are going to discuss about the customer creations. Okay, so whenever what is happen, like whenever we do the payment authorizations, okay, so we basically send the customer info details along with the payment methods. Okay, whenever we do the payments. Okay, so once we do the payment, along with that the payment information, we also send the customer info, which includes the contact, billing and delivery addresses. Okay, so we will see by using this connector how we can able to create the customers, how we can able to find the created customer, how can we able to update if any such info required to make the changes for the customer details, how we can able to search the customer, and how we can finally able to delete it. Okay, so I think to make the video shorter, I have already created this all transactions. Okay, so here I can able to show you like this is your create customer create. Okay, so once you if you go to the search in Exchange, or if you add the module this, so it will going to appear this Braintree, and there are lots of the activities you can able to see here in this palette. Okay, so here you can see like the customer creations I have done. Okay, the customer finding, the customer update, the customer delete, along with the customer search. Okay, so we'll see like one by one for each. Okay, so going to this customer create. Okay, so what all details basically it requires when we are dealing with the customer create. Okay, so if you configure this activity, you can able to see, so there are lots of the information it's required. Okay, so first it's required the customer ID, which is the it could be the automated generated, but here I have supplying the manual, but you can apply any the data weave or from anywhere to make it as a random or the dynamic one. The first name, last name, email, there are lots of the information related with the customer. That is the general. Okay, for if you have to do the 3D secure authentications, it is also available. For the payment methods, I am using the card holder's name, so I am using the card payment. Okay, so the card holder name is needed, the number, the card number is, the CVV is needed, expiration month is needed, expiration year is needed. Okay, for payment method billing address, if you have to do the billing address, so that is also we have to provide the payment method options. So there are lots of the things if we need to be able to supply here. Okay, so if I'll show you my simple JSONs. Okay, so this is the JSON I am sending from the as a postman, as a client. Okay, so this is the my sample where the customer info contains the cust ID. This is the contact details, so contact object is including the first name, last name, email, phone number. The address has the billing and delivery. Okay, along with that, this is the payment details. Here I am card holder, so these all I am supplying it. Okay, so let me see whether this application is running or not. I have already started. Yeah, so this I have already started. Let me clear this console. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so suppose I'm increasing this, make it 5. Okay, and here I'm sending this mule tech compilation, tip tech tutorial, this blah blah, all the informations I'm sending. Okay, and let's see whether the customer is getting created or not. Okay, so I'm sending this. Yeah, so here we can say like customer has created, we have status 200. Okay, if you see this, let's just maximize, sorry, yeah, let us maximize and see what all the informations we are getting. Okay, so you can see, able to see the all the details, like the company was this, the created date is this, or whatever updated this, the first name. So this is the credit card details, which means the card which we are sending, it has the this billing address. Okay, so there are lots of the others information which is coming from there, that is fine. So the most critical information on which we have to like focus on the ID. Okay, so payment, so there is, let me find out this. Okay, target payload.target, this ID. Okay, so this is the ID 105, so which we have supplied is there. Okay, so now going to, yeah, so by using this ID we can able to like perform the other operations, like whether we have to find it, if you have to implemented the search on the basis of this ID, we can also, by using this ID, we can update it. We can also able to delete this. Okay, so whether for every transactions whatever we are going to do with the Braintree, the status code will be the 200. Okay, but how we are going to ensure that the transaction got success or not? So looking into this success. Okay, so that is always going to say like if it is the value of this success is true, which means successful. Okay, if it is false, means the error out. Okay, if you like going to details, so that is not a scope of this video. Internally this Braintree connector is uses the GraphQL. Okay, so GraphQL language. So this is the reason, if you say it is for every transactions, every request we are making it, okay, it is giving us the GraphQL ID. Okay, so this is create. Now we need to verify this, whether this customer has created or not. Okay, so if you go to this Braintree, the sandbox. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, this is sandbox. So here we can say able to, okay, go to the back, I need to go. Yeah, so here there is a one called the vault. Okay, so vault is basically used to store the customer informations. Okay, so suppose I'm using this customer ID. Okay, and I'm searching it 1005. Okay, so let me search is, yeah, here we can be able to see like the customer has created. So ID is 105, mule tech compilation, and this like this is the token. If you see the details, this information, like this is the created, email is this, phone is this, tech compilation is this, fax, this is the payment details. Okay, and this is the address details. So it is already here created. Okay, so we are good on that. Okay, now coming to what is the next transactions we have implemented here. If you go to the, okay, here suppose find customers. Okay, so let me show you, we have created some, there are lots of the customers I have created. Let me search directly this. Yeah, so we can see we have the 5 customer till now. Okay, so here the payment method I have used, so I am using the one of the test we can say the credit card number. So for the all I have used the same. Okay, so but in this throughout video we are going to an example of this. Okay, so suppose I have to find this transactions. Okay, so already I have implemented, if you go to in the mule, I have Anypoint Studio, I have already implemented the find customer. So what basically, if you go to the properties, okay, so this is the find customer. Okay, on the basis of I think the query parameters, yeah. So on the basis of the query parameters, okay, so what, like to invoke this endpoint, we have to pass the one of the query parameters, and along with this the customer ID value, okay, and this activity is only going to look the customer ID, okay. So find is only happened with against the customer ID, which is the ID for the each and every customers, okay. So let's try this out. So if I'm going here, let me close this, find customer, okay. So here the customer ID I have already, let me supply this 5 and send it. So if you able to see, this is the same informations whatever we have just now we have seen at the sandbox. So this is the first name mule, ID is 105, this is the GraphQL ID, the last name, this website, this all are the details, and here the there are lots of the other details which basically required or like as per our requirement, but this is the very generic response we are going to get from the Braintree, okay. So here you can say that it's also sending the card, which is the mask, along with this expiration details, like all details, okay. So this is the how we can able to find it out, okay, against the customer ID if we have to search for any particular customer, okay. So we are good till here, okay. Now coming to the next, what is the, it is like suppose update customers, okay. So update customer is suppose a particular customer ID 1005 against which we have to update like what we can say, the phone number or email ID, okay, we have to update. So let's see how we can delete it, okay, not this one, okay. So if you go to the update customer, so here I have implemented by using the URI parameters. So we are going to send this URI parameters as a customer ID, and suppose what the cust ID we are sending 5. First of all, let's see what are the how this update customer work, okay. So this update customer against the customer ID, which is the basically unique for a customer in all the details, okay. So against which what all the informations you wanted to update, okay. So either you can map all whatever in the payload, but here in to make it the simple one to understand the actually the purpose of this activity, I am going to update into the email or phone numbers, okay. So if you can remember, as part of the create orders we have sent the tip tech tutorial, and this is the phone numbers, okay. So now at part of the this, let me say tip tech tutorial 2 and phone number, let me say as a 01298, or maybe let me some 00000000012 2 to 4 to 6, yeah, like this one I am sending just further to make it our the to trace it is easily getting changed, okay. So let me trigger this update order, yeah. So if you see the it is the success, okay, here the status of this is success, which means this has been successfully completed. So let's verify from the sandbox perspective. So if you see here, okay, for against 1005 we are able to update the tip tech tutorial, okay, along with this phone numbers, okay. So our update customer is also working perfect, okay. Now coming to another one, okay, which is the delete. So delete we will do later, okay. So let's first search customers, okay. So how we can, like suppose sometimes happens like we have to search all the customer on the basis of the, like they are using the Visa type of the card or Master card type, okay, on the basis of the anything, so where we have to see like how many customers are there on the basis of certain conditions, okay. So here I have implemented on the basis of the first name, okay. Like suppose on the basis of the first name I wanted to see how many customers we have in our the vault, okay. So first let me show you, like suppose if you go to the here, search it, we have the total 5 customers. Okay, if you see, like the name is Mule is the first name, second tech compilation, Mule tech compilation, Mule compilation, tech tutorial, tech compilation. So I think I can see the first name is, this is the name is nothing but the first name and last name. If you can again see this, create customer, so this way I am sending. So this is the combination of the first name and last name is like this name. Okay, so again going to back, suppose I wanted to see like all the records of the customers whose the first name is the Mule. Okay, so how we can able to go, so here I have able to, like if you go here in the activity, so this is the Braintree configuration across all the activity, that is the commons. Once you set, it will be available. So here we have the customer inline, in the customer fields inline I have used it. So if you have the any expression, you can be able to do it. Okay, but here I am inline, I am supplying is as part of the variables. Okay, and this variables I have stored, I think the query parameters. Yeah, so from the query parameters I am extracting it. Okay, so there are lots of the things are here. So on the basis of the customer fields, like suppose if I go here to add some different fields, so we will have this by using the company, by using the customer ID, email, fax, like lots of this information on which we can basis of we can like execute our the expressions if you have to search it. Okay, so let it cancel not. If you suppose you have to like search on the basis of the created one, you can edit line, you can see put any operator or the required details how we can be able to create it. Okay, so for that we don't need, if you have to apply the ID, so here like suppose we can able to also see like few, like ID is nothing but our the customer ID, which is the target.payload.id. Okay, so for this we are going to only work on the this customer. Along with this customer details, we have the also on the basis of the payment method we can make the search, we can on the basis of the payment method billing address as per the or the use case. Okay, like we can able to search the list of the customer. So here for example we have taken the, we have to take as a like on the basis of the first name. Okay, so let's go to the postman, and here I'm going to search the customer, and this is the example. Let me open this. Yeah, so suppose here I am triggering and I am calling this search customer on the basis of the first name. So let me trigger it. So if you see, we can able to get it. Okay, so let me show you to make it as a broader. Yeah, so it is the long, we can able to see the response from the Braintree. So this is the object, array object. Now we can able to see how many object we have seen, 3. Okay, so if you compare these things with here, so 105, 104 and 103. So these 3 customers having the first name as a Mule. So let's see one by one. So this is the 105 perfectly, this is the 104, okay, and this is the 103. So we are able to fetch from here. Okay, so this search is done. Okay, and the last one where we need to delete this, where we need to delete these customers. Okay, so let's see how we have implemented. So here like similar way, delete on the basis of, let me see on the basis of which basis we are deleting. So I have used the customer ID as a URI parameters. Okay, so here if you go to the delete, it is asking for the customer ID. Okay, so that I have stored into the variables, and against this I have mapped this variables here to this activity. So let's see, suppose this 1005 customer we have created. Okay, let's see how we are going to delete this. Go to the JSON, this postman, I call this delete, I have used the delete operation here. Let me make it a 5. Okay, just trigger this, let me see. Yeah, so in the delete it is success the 200. Okay, and this success is true, which indicate this deletion has completed. This all informations it is showing as a null, which means that after the deletion they are trying to get whether these details are available or not. So they cannot find these details against this customer, so that's why it is the expected to return as a null. Let's verify from our sandbox. Okay, so we were here is the vault. Again we'll go vault and we'll search it, and we can able to see the 105 has gone. Okay, so this is the, I think the overall the customer journey as part of the payment transactions. Along with that, I think this is the till customer we have covered all this activities, how this. In subsequent video we are going to say how the payment method is getting created, deleted, find, update. Along with that, how we can do the transaction sales, like the authorizations. Okay, how we can able to like do the settlement, how we can able to do the cancellations, how we can able to do the rest of the things. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Okay, thanks for watching. Happy learning. See you later.